Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining tonight's post-match media availability with Nashville C head coach BJ Callaghan. We'll go ahead and go right into questions. We'll start with Ben, and as always, please use the hand raise function if you have a question. And also, Ben, go ahead and ask too if you haven't.
Yeah, BJ, it seemed like maybe for the first half or so, you guys had maybe a little bit of trouble kind of playing through them and maybe leaving a little bit of space in the back. And it felt like it switched towards the midway point of the second half. Do you kind of have a breakdown of what just I guess how you saw the game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought a little bit we were probably a little bit too high, not as necessarily connected with our press. Yeah, I mean, we were probably a little bit vulnerable in the back. It's just, San Diego's a really good team and they attract you up. And, I thought they did a good job running behind the back line. At the end, I still think we handled it okay. With the build-up, I thought we had some good possessions that we were able to kind of get ourselves in there when we were able to switch the ball. But I thought we had to be a little bit more balanced, both on the left and going from left and right.
And then I wanted to ask if there was that challenge on Hani at one point, and on the broadcast at least, they were calling for a penalty, and it looked like there might be something to it. Did you ever kind of hear what the explanation was or why it didn't go to review?
I don't know. No, all I heard that it was check complete. So that's pretty much all the information that we get. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that it's a penalty.
Go ahead, Blair.
Yeah, BJ, both the center backs had yellows pretty early in the game. How do you think that affected the game? And then how did you think those yellow cards were earned?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it always makes you a little bit hesitant when you're on yellow cards. I just thought, I thought we played with intensity tonight, and sometimes that happens. But it was, it's a good learning lesson for us to know how to get to that point. I mean, this was like a playoff atmosphere tonight in the stadium, a really good team versus San Diego. And, we'll learn to kind of play to the edge, but not over the edge.
You also maybe struggled a little bit early on to get going, creating chances or substantial chances. But later on, it kind of opened up a little bit. Where do you think the downfall was in attack and not being able to create as much as you usually do in these games?
Yeah, I thought for us, we weren't able to get the ball from right to left and left to right. We were a little bit too getting stuck on one side. And I think once we were able to sort of readjust and get our positions better, we were able to now kind of be more balanced. And then that opened things up for us to be able to play through them and play behind them.
Clay, and I see you joined. Go ahead if you have any questions. And Ben, Blair, anything else? Are you guys good?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about Gaston in particular. I know kind of game state always plays a little bit of a role in this, but it felt like he had one of his better showings and kind of opened up things. What did you see from him, and what do you think made him kind of able to find those entry passes that maybe have been lacking before?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what he does. He's an unbelievable forward passer, whether it's breaking lines or playing the ball in behind. So I thought when he came in, he was able to get himself on the ball, able to kind of control the tempo a little bit. And then we got a higher volume of runs and, almost had a couple of chances there towards the end. So that is obviously one of his many, what I would say, skill sets. And, what we ask those guys to come on the field as solutions is to elevate the game, and to obviously they're being put on to do a role. And I thought he did a really good job tonight.
Go ahead, Blair, with the last question.
Yeah, Hani Mukhtar has obviously been in the league for a while, and the referees know him and know his game. Maybe he's built a little bit of a reputation. Do you think he's being refereed a little differently because of, getting to know him and being able to see him for all these years versus somebody maybe like Chucky Lozano, who is newer to the league?
I'm not going to speculate on how these guys referee games. I don't know how they referee games. I said it last week. I said it this week. All we want is just consistency. And I think everybody involved in soccer wants, the game to be a consistent game.